All right, guys. Well, hey, thank you so much for joining me today. I'm here with John Baxter and Ben Filchack with Deep Roots Landscape, one of the premier full-service landscaping companies out of North Georgia. So one, thank you guys for joining me today. I've got a series of questions that I want to ask you guys just to kind of dive a little bit deeper about your experience in the industry, your experience with business management software, the whole deal. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get started with kind of a general question on, how did y'all get started in the green industry?
Well, thanks for having us. Yeah, we've been in the I've been in the green industry pretty much my whole life. I started when I was in high school, in college, cutting lawns for some neighbors and stuff like that, just to make a little extra cash. Got into college, was a business major there at North Georgia College State and University, as well as my business partner here, Ben. So I was a business major there, had to do a business plan for one of my classes, and when I got out of school, we had a bad recession. And so I took that business plan and turned it into a company. So that's kind of how I got started. And ever since then, we just had a lot of good time, just enjoying the green industry. And my business partner joined up about a year into it, into Deep Roots Landscape. And
I had to take a victory lap in college first. And then partnered up with John. I'd worked with him some in high school and college. We've been best friends for our whole lives, and so it was a really easy fit. And so it was just the two of us back in the day doing all the jobs and everything, and we've slowly grown into the company we are today.
Yeah. One of the things is, made Ben and I work well together is we just have the same vision for what we want to do for our customers and for our employees and for our vendors as well. So.
Mm-hmm.
So now you started the business, it came from a business plan while you're still in school. Did you actually begin the business while you were still in school or right after you
graduated? Well, not officially. No, I had, I was still cutting lawns and stuff on the side. So we did all the groundwork in that class. I had a group of about three other guys, and had to do all the pro formas and all the accounting stuff, the management plan. And so I took a lot of that same plan and implemented into Deep Roots Landscape. So I started right when I got out of school in May of 2010.
Okay, well, awesome. That's a great origin story, and it sounds like school really helped you kind of, get all the business part of it really put together. So
yeah, it really did. It's one of those things I'm really glad. I think both Ben and I are really glad we went to college because we learned so much about how to communicate with people, write letters, write emails. Just have a wide variety of information available to us and learning how to learn. So it's very, very
also develop leadership skills and things like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, cool. Well, obviously it's paying off because you guys are growing really nicely and you've got a bunch of happy customers. So I want to ask you, why do customers choose Deep Roots Landscape?
Well, I think ultimately from our standpoint, we want to treat our customers with respect. We want to make their properties better. We want to build relationships with these customers. We want to build relationships with employees and vendors. And that's kind of like the bedrock of what we've tried to do. And so every day we try to live that out. So that's one of the big things. A lot of our customers trust our guys out in the field. We try to get good talent in and just have people that are fun to work with and that people enjoy being around. So
yeah, I'll add to that. All of our business comes from word of mouth. And it's from that relationship we build with that initial customer, and then they go and tell other people about it. And that speaks a lot, like John said, to our guys too, and how it's not just, whoever sells the job, they have a good relationship with them. It's through the whole process, and the whole team kind of carries that out. And that's what helps keep, all the customer retention that we have.
Yeah. And one of the things that when we started, the company, we wanted to make sure that anybody can do a job, but it's about those finer details at the end of the job that make the job well done. And so that's what we're always stressing to our guys. Make sure you're always going above and beyond to find those things that make the job well done, and that customers are pleased and excited to come home to something.
Exceed expectations is what we always say.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, it sounds like you've built a great team, and they're rallied around that vision that you mentioned earlier. And you've been able to do that in light of challenges with labor. And so that kind of leads me to my next question. I often hear that And I see this firsthand that, obviously getting good labor and a good team together is one of the biggest challenges facing the industry. Now, what would you say are some of the biggest challenges facing the industry today?
Labor.
No doubt.
Yeah, labor.
How do you guys overcome that?
So, I mean, by far, that's our probably our number one challenge. Obviously, trying to provide a company that people enjoy coming to, having a purpose greater than just themselves. That's part of, some of it. We also use a visa program where we bring people in from a different country to come work for us during the peak time of the year. And that helps kind of alleviate some of the stress of some of our crew leaders and crew members, and just kind of provide a little bit better atmosphere for everybody. So
we offer, health insurance for people that have been with us over 90 days, which we don't have to. We only have 30 employees, but that, offering perks like that, paid time off, sick days, making it a place that they feel like they have a career, not just a job, somewhere they want to be for a long time, has helped us gain new people and keep the people that we have.
Yeah, totally. That retention side of things. But what you guys are saying, that offering that health insurance after 90 days, a lot of those other perks, I don't see that as being very common in the industry. And so I think you're certainly onto something with offering that, both with recruiting and with retention.
For sure. I mean, that's one of those things. We want to care for our employees. I mean, it's not it's not just about us here. If we don't have our employees happy, then we're not going to be successful, and our customers aren't going to be happy. But we just want that whole thing to kind of come together and everybody join up and be successful. So, yeah.
Awesome. Well, good stuff, guys. So that's kind of one of the biggest challenges that you see today. What about moving forward into the future? Any challenges that you see on the horizon, and any kind of ways that you guys are planning on addressing them?
I think for sure, technology as it progresses into the future. I mean, the green industry has been something that's been pretty, technology has been somewhat absent in that industry. And so, seeing, we were at a trade show last week, and just seeing all the things that are moving towards electric, the technology is starting to make its way into the green industry. So staying on top of that kind of stuff, making sure we're able to add value to our customers that way, that's kind of slowly getting them caught up to where they are in the rest of their lives, as far as our landscapes are concerned. So, that and what else you say?
Regulations are always a possible, threat. Right now, it seems to be okay, but who knows what could happen, and things could get, especially like fuel and things like that. Emissions could start getting heavily regulated, and you have to switch out the type of equipment you use and all sorts of things. So, at least being kind of in touch with what's going on or what could happen, so you don't get kind of blindsided by it.
Yeah, staying prepared is huge.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, awesome responses. So, you kind of already mentioned, John, technology as being something that you see both as, a challenge, but also to be a solution kind of, moving forward in the future. So, how does your business address challenges that led you to look at business management software?
So we started out years ago using just QuickBooks, and all of our invoices were coming in. But as we progressed, as we added more crews in place, we just knew that keeping paper records of everything was just not going to do the deal. And we also do turf treatments as well. So we have a number of things that need to be chemicals need to be kept track of as far as what we put out on people's yards. And so we determined pretty quickly that if we wanted to move forward and be able to communicate with our customers effectively and keep accurate records, we need to have some kind of software that would provide kind of a vehicle for that. So that's kind of where we started to search for that kind of platform.
Pretty early on too.
Yeah, pretty early on. Probably 2-3 years
into it. Yeah.
Into the business. That's when you started searching for it.
Yeah. As soon as we got more than one crew, basically.
Yeah.
And that's probably, you decided to do that because you were starting to feel the pains that the business management software could address. Is that why?
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things we want to keep more organized. I mean, as we grew, we knew that one thing, we could either hire a lot more people to keep us organized, or we'd have software that could help us, stay organized. And so that was a pretty big part of just figuring out how we could create a strategy around the software being a pretty central integrated part of how we operate every day.
And as we grew, the ease of it for new people coming on to be able to use and figure out, and then keep growing with it.
That's awesome. Yeah. So you found it to help your business scale. Which is great. I mean, that's kind of part of my next question, which you guys have already started to provide some answers to. You know, how have you improved your business using SingleOps? So scalability sounds huge. Any other areas of the business that you've seen improve using SingleOps?
For one thing, I think both of us can agree that, just the streamlined nature of SingleOps is really phenomenal, because it, takes it from a lead all the way to the approved job. And it's super easy to navigate from either one of those, and the customer kind of knows what's going on in the process. Also, as far as communication is concerned, just base level communication with the customer is pretty standardized. You can modify things so that you're putting out the same message to a lot of your customers, and so you're not just getting a different answer from different people in the company. So that's another huge part of it. And I think you would say the same thing with.
Oh my gosh, time saving has been massive. I used to dread doing proposals because they were so tedious. They would take forever. With SingleOps, it is so quick. I can do probably twice as many in a day that I used to could. And then the templates are already set up for you. Even the email templates. There's times when you need to go in and edit the emails, but a lot of times you just want to send them. 2 clicks and you're sent. So whether it's proposals or invoices, it's just so much faster.
And you have a record of sending it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So the customer says you didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least you might not want to second guess them. But
exactly.
Right. For sure.
And then it's also ease of use for our employees. I mean, our account manager uses it, our administrative assistant, and then crew leaders. We even have crew members, who can get on and use it really quickly.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Another huge aspect of that is being able to integrate that in with QuickBooks. I mean, that's a huge thing for us. Being able to see it from a cash-based accounting to accrual-based as well. In our QuickBooks software, we're able to see both of those sets of data now, which has really helped out a lot. Just being able to make informed decisions about where we want to go and what we need to do to address certain financial things. So.
Yeah. That is awesome. Great feedback, guys. So we talked a lot about challenges, talked some, about technology, but about your business. I mean, what are you guys most excited about moving forward with Deep Roots Landscape?
I think, we have a lot of different opportunities out there. So I think as we progress over the next couple of years, we're going to see a lot of those things and kind of figuring out where we want to go with that, kind of dialing some things in with that, just having a kind of a better basis of communication with all of our customers and really forming that up. So,
yeah, I mean, I would agree. There's a lot of opportunities we kind of have listed and kind of have at least in the back of our minds of where we could go and what we can do. And then it's up to us to navigate and kind of figure out what works for us. But the potential of growth that is present now is pretty exciting.
That's awesome. Yeah. So growth, something you all are looking forward to, and then you're being smart about it in terms of prioritizing all the ways that you guys can realize that potential growth.
Right. Yeah,
Trying to anyway.
Yeah.
Right. Could be tough. Well, guys, those are all my questions. So thank you so much for joining me today. John, Ben, I really appreciate your time. And so have a great rest of your week and look forward to seeing you all soon.
Yes,
awesome.
sir.
Thanks so much for having us.
Appreciate it.